Hello there, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a review now of the Samsung Galaxy 7 watch. It's the standard version, not the Ultra, same as the one that I unboxed in the last video. And I've had it now over a week, I think maybe nearly 2 weeks, and I think it's quite fantastic, so I think it's worth a quick review. The front watch face that you see when you turn the watch on, you can customize. I am currently using I guess you'd call it like the Ultra watch face. It's the same one in the store that they had on the Ultra watch, but I didn't buy the Ultra watch, and I'll go into more reasons why later in this video. But this watch face, it has a lot of different stuff on it. It's a little cluttered, but it just tells you the date at the top, the time, and then at the bottom you can customize what you have. I have the heart rate set. Then I have in the middle the battery percentage, and then I have my Galaxy Buds control there, so I can see how much battery they have and if they're connected, and I can actually change the noise cancelling as well just by pressing that little widget there on the front page. There's Google Assistant on the left. Again, I've customized it in the app, so there's an app on your phone which you'll connect to your watch, and then you can change all of the stuff. At the bottom it's the weather. It's a little small to read even for me, and I have fairly good eyes, but it says fair and then it says 34 degrees, so that's nice to know. I'm not sure how well I'll be able to read that, especially if I was running or something. But on the right, I do like that I have an energy score which is changing every day, because I'm using this watch to track my sleep and my workouts, and so it just tells me now I have an 81 on the old energy score, and sometimes it's around 75. I think the lowest it's been is 68, and it's been up to, well, I think 81 is actually the highest it's been, because I did get a good sleep last night. And it's tracking all of that. It's telling me how many hours sleep, how much REM sleep, everything. Moving on to the next screen over, if I swipe right, I can go over to this heart monitor page. And what it actually is 3 different metrics. So there's the step count there, 6,900 steps I've done today. But I've actually tracked a workout playing badminton, so I think most of those steps are on a badminton court. And then 118, what is that? 118 active minutes, active time, and then active calories as well. It tells me I've burnt 906 calories. Wow. Then there's the steps again as a bar chart, the active time as a bar chart, and the active calories again as a bar chart. Not, well, a bar chart, but it tells you when you were active in the day. So that's cool. And then there's a lot of other stuff as well. More data is better, I guess. If you swipe right again, sticking with the fitness features, this is where I'm tracking my workouts. So I've already tracked walking, running, not cycling, but I plan to get a cycle bike soon. I'm tracking badminton a lot, bench press and other, weightlifting stuff, swimming. It's waterproof, so I've tracked the swims that I've been doing in the pool outside in my condo. For the last, I swim maybe not every day, but every other day. So, and then after you swim, by the way, it activates water lock when you press swim, and then when you finish your exercise, you press this bottom button. There's 2 buttons. One takes you back to the home page or the clock face when you press the top one. The one at the bottom is how I change the workout settings or just finish the workout. When you swim and then you press that and finish it, it says ejecting water, don't turn it off, or something like that, or press again to end, and it just goes boop 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 and ejects water out of the watch. I don't know how it does it, but it comes out. I think it just protects the speaker, I guess, and yeah, it just ejects water. I always find that quite fascinating when it does that. It's kind of awesome. So it does that, and then if I swipe right again, we move on to the weather page. It tells me the UV index, which in Chiang Mai in Thailand is always quite high, and it's October and it's still 34 degrees, so it's hot every day, but that's part and parcel of living in Thailand, so I'm used to that. And then over there I have my next one is 81 again. That's my energy score. Then I have alarms, which sometimes I use. No, I don't always wake up to an alarm, but if I want to get up and start working early, then I can set an alarm. And then a lot more stuff, calendar and Spotify and all these kind of other things. More timers, YouTube music is on here, and other things that I'm not using yet, like age index, because I don't know what the age index means, although it is slightly in orange, which is a little worrying. Maybe I am, in fact, dying of something terrible. I have the plague. No, hopefully not. I don't know what age index is. Maybe it means I've eaten too many burgers, but it's not quite at the end of the scale, which is good. It's just past the middle line. I'm 29. How bad can it be? Well, if I keep eating well, hopefully I won't, become an old man overnight. But if I swipe left, I have my notifications. Instead of swiping right, I can swipe left and I'll have all different stuff here. All goals achieved today because I played badminton and tracked it. And then I have a WhatsApp message from a friend and I can respond to that. So moving on from fitness features, which are fantastic. I mentioned it does track your sleep. So we've covered that as well. And I just wear it at night and activate sleep. How do I do that? Well, I swipe down like you do with your phone. And then when you swipe down, you have a notification. Oh, sorry, not a notification screen. I guess you would call this like the control panel. So you can activate flight mode, NFC, so you can pay with your watch too, which I haven't done yet, but I'm sure I will. Wi-Fi, brightness, the water lock, so you can activate that, without starting a swim. So that's kind of useful. Then there's a torch, which is actually quite bright. So I've used that already once, and that's quite cool. You can turn the watch off, go to settings, put on power saving, which I don't. And the sleep is the first one on the top left. So I just click the sleep button, the little bed icon, and then boom, it tracks your sleep. Again, swiping left opens your notifications. You can actually respond to messages. So if I click this message, I can open it on the watch or on the phone. Then I can send a voice message or some sort of determined little messages like okay, right, cool, nice, see you soon. Or you can physically type as well. So you can open the keyboard. But I like these little options here. So yes, no, okay, maybe, thanks, on my way. Let me get back to you, or smiley face heart. So those are pretty useful. Sometimes I'll just message someone with one of those basic replies. It's kind of a lazy way, but it's definitely useful. And then the other thing is that the messages that you get they're not just limited to WhatsApp. Although Facebook Messenger isn't on here, when I get a message on my phone from Facebook Messenger, I can still respond to it on the watch, which I was kind of blown away by because I'm thinking, well, this doesn't even have Facebook Messenger, but I guess it's connected with Bluetooth to your phone, and man, it's the future. Okay, a little bit of water, and we'll carry on. If I scroll up, I get the apps. Now, the apps, there is a lot. I haven't used all of them still because I'm only 10 days or 2 weeks in. Like Nike Run I would like to try, and a few others like Audible. I would like to see if I can download some audiobooks. But what there is Samsung Health, so you get all your fitness tracking there. Offline music, and I have put an album on here already. I think it was by Tool, one of my favorite bands. So I've put one album on, and I'll put more on here as well, because there's 32 gigabytes, I believe, of storage, which is a hell of a lot. So I can put, my own books on here if I have downloaded audiobooks or music. And you can also just open Spotify and then boom, I have my podcast on here, and I can just listen directly in my headphones with my watch. I don't need to use my phone anymore to listen to Spotify. And although I don't pay for Spotify, the music works. Although there's ads, of course, the music's working, even though this is the Bluetooth version of the watch. So I don't quite know how that works. I guess it's connected to my mobile data as well on my phone, but I'm not complaining. I don't have the mobile data version of this. There's no SIM card in here. And yet someone can tell me in the comments how it works, because I was a bit baffled as to why when I go out, I'm no longer connected to the Wi-Fi with the watch, but yet I'm still streaming music and podcasts, that are not downloaded on the watch. But actually, as you know, I'm sure many people know, they don't pay for Spotify like me, because I pay for Tidal instead. Excuse me. That you can download podcasts for free on Spotify, or you can listen to them ad-free. So I like that feature of Spotify, and I'll keep listening to podcasts to my heart's content without paying for it, which is fantastic. There's settings, contacts, heart rate monitor, NFC pay, Google Wallet, which I have put one of my cards on here, so I do plan to try and pay with the watch, maybe in a 7-Eleven or a restaurant at some point. Would be very cool. Lots of other stuff that you would expect: timers, clocks, weather apps, gallery to look at. You can look at photos on this watch as well. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'm gonna try and keep the video fairly short, and wrap it up. I've gone through the features as well as I can for now. I'm quite impressed. There is one other thing that I'll mention. I have it somewhere in here, but I went back to the store to get a screen protector, and I recommend you do the same. And they gave me 6 actually. They cut them into circles for only like $6 or $7. So that was a cool thing. Again, it's very customizable. You can do it all from the app on the phone. And yeah, so far I'm very impressed. I think I got it for under 11,000 baht, which is under £300. It's like £250 or something like that. And I mean, that isn't cheap, but the Ultra, which I said I was going to mention, is almost twice the price. I think it was 16,000 baht or 17,000 baht. So, it's quite a lot more, and all it offers you is extra battery life. Now, I haven't had any problems with this battery. It still has 31%, and I actually charged it yesterday. I think I'm charging it every 2 days, but definitely not every day. And that's with me using it to listen to music, podcast, track all my fitness stuff. And yeah, I'm getting 2 days of battery out of it, which I mean, if I could get 3, that would be great. I'm sure I could if I was only tracking fitness or if I was only listening to media rather than doing both. But I am using it a lot, and I'm impressed with the battery's life as well. So I'm glad I didn't get the Ultra. I think the standard Samsung Galaxy S7 is fantastic. It's my first smartwatch. It's my first fitness tracker. I did consider getting a fitness band or going for something like a Garmin and spending a little bit more. But I think I made a good call. And who knows, maybe the next phone I buy instead of Oppo might be a Samsung. We'll see. If I do go that route with the, I believe it's the S25 that will come out in January or early 2025. So we'll see. But I'm keen to look into that because apparently even the Ultra is going to have the curved corners rather than those hard edges, which I'm not a fan of. And when I do get a new phone, I tend to go for a kind of high-end model and then get 5 or 6 years out of it if I can. So we'll see, because they connect better. I think I'm missing a few of the features that I would get if I had a Samsung phone because I use an Oppo phone, but it's negligible so far. I've been fine with it. So it's only a few things. So as always, thanks for watching. The next video I will do is going to be a review of the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. So stay tuned for that, and maybe even a review of this fantastic Roland keyboard that I own. It's a Roland digital piano. So stay tuned for the channel. Stay tuned to the channel for the next reviews. See you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget to click like and subscribe.